In today's video, we'll be looking at some scary flea facts that you must know. These little insects can transmit deadly diseases, and they can also trigger allergies and skin irritation. So let's get started. Fleas are notorious for spreading the Black Death. The Black Death was one of the most fatal plagues in human history, killing more than half of Europe's population in the 14th century. And it was spread by fleas. The bacteria that caused this horrible plague still exists today, but thankfully it hasn't spread nearly as quickly or killed so many people since then. Fleas lay eggs on other animals. If you have a pet, there's always the risk of them bringing home fleas. This is especially true if they spend time outdoors or play with other animals that might have fleas. Adult fleas will lay their eggs on other animals, usually dogs or cats, and then the eggs hatch into adult fleas once they've had a blood meal. So make sure to check your pets for fleas regularly, especially during the summer months when they're more active. And wash their bedding frequently. Fleas lay a large number of eggs. Female fleas are known to lay up to 50 eggs per day. That means that if you just have one pregnant female flea, you could end up with hundreds of them within a few weeks. No wonder it can seem like such an endless battle to get rid of these pesky insects. It can take multiple treatments with insecticides to kill all the adult fleas and their eggs. So, it's important to follow the instructions on the product label carefully to avoid making the problem worse. Also, be patient because it can take several weeks to completely get rid of a flea infestation. Adult fleas consume a lot of blood. Fleas need blood to survive and reproduce. They typically feed on mammals or birds, and each individual needs several blood meals each day. When they bite, they inject a substance into the skin that prevents blood from clotting, allowing them to drink their fill. In addition to being painful and itchy, these bites can also cause serious reactions in some people. Fleas are very small. Fleas are small, dark, flat insects that are difficult to see with the naked eye. They typically range in length from 2 to 4 millimeters, but they can be even smaller or larger depending on the species. Despite their small size, fleas are incredibly good at jumping and can move quickly from one host to another. Their flat bodies allow them to hide easily in cracks and crevices, making them even more difficult to get rid of. If you suspect you have fleas, it's important to act quickly because they can quickly multiply and cause a major infestation. Vacuuming regularly and washing bedding in hot water are two great ways to get rid of fleas naturally. But you may also need to call a professional pest exterminator if the infestation is severe. Most household fleas are cat fleas, even if there is no cat in your home. Cat fleas are the most common type of flea found in homes. And although their name might make you think they only live on cats, they actually live on other animals as well, including dogs, humans, and even rodents. Even if you don't have any pets, cat fleas can still find their way into your house by hitching a ride on wild animals like mice or raccoons. Once inside, they can lay eggs which hatch into adults that begin the cycle anew. So if you're dealing with a flea infestation, it's important to treat your entire home, not just the areas where your pets spend time. Otherwise, the cycle will continue and you'll never get rid of them. And yes, cat flea bites look like small red bumps that often occur in clusters on exposed skin. They're usually found on the legs, ankles, waistline, and under the arms. Some people may also experience a mild allergic reaction to the bites, which can lead to swelling, itching, and even anaphylaxis in rare cases. Giant fleas first appeared 165 million years ago. A recent study of fossilized amber has revealed that giant fleas were around much earlier than previously thought. The researchers were able to identify 3 new species of bird fleas that lived between 165 and 145 million years ago. One of these species, Ornithomysa rasnitsini, was up to 5 times larger than modern bird fleas. So why have fleas remained so tiny in modern times? One theory is that their size has been selected against. Fleas are parasites that rely on their hosts for survival. And if they become too big, they run the risk of being noticed and removed by their hosts. Being small allows them to go unnoticed and continue laying their eggs, which means that over time, natural selection has favored smaller and smaller fleas. However, there may be other factors at play as well, such as changes in climate or host availability. Fleas prefer humid environments. Fleas are more likely to breed and thrive in humid environments. They need moisture to survive and reproduce, so high humidity levels make it easier for them to find the water they need. On the other hand, low humidity levels can actually slow down their development and make it harder for them to find suitable breeding sites. This is why you're more likely to see fleas during the summer months when the air is more humid. During the winter, lower humidity levels can help to reduce the flea population, but it doesn't eliminate them altogether. That's why it's important to keep treating your home for fleas year-round, even during the winter months. Fleas are highly skilled jumpers. Fleas are known for their incredible jumping abilities, which allow them to move from host to host with ease. In fact, they can jump up to 200 times their own body length in a single leap, which is equivalent to a human jumping over a 2-meter-high fence. This impressive feat of athleticism is due to their specialized jumping muscles and the structure of their legs. Their hind legs are longer and stronger than their front legs, which helps them generate enough force to make those impressive jumps. But don't think that their jumping skills are just for show. They use their jumping ability to find new hosts to feed on and lay their eggs. They can also use it to escape predators. So if you ever see a flea, be impressed by its amazing jumping ability. Fleas cannot choose the type of blood they feed on. Fleas are generally considered to be more picky eaters when it comes to blood. Different flea species have different preferences for the type of blood they feed on. For example, the cat flea is more likely to feed on cats and dogs, while the human flea is more likely to feed on humans. However, in reality, fleas are opportunistic feeders and will feed on whatever host is available. This means that a cat flea won't hesitate to feed on a dog or a human if a cat isn't around. And the same goes for the human flea. While they do prefer to feed on humans, they may also feed on other animals if necessary. So if you've been bitten by a flea, it's not necessarily a sign that you have a flea infestation. Just be sure to take precautions against disease transmission by washing your hands thoroughly with cold, soapy water after being bitten. And that's a wrap on our list of scary flea facts. We hope you enjoyed learning more about these fascinating creatures, and we encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences with us in the comments below. Don't forget to stay tuned for more informative and entertaining content. Thanks for watching. Thanks for